Aaron, have you played Stanley Parable before?
I played the demo.
Is it fun?
No, the demo sucks.
Stanley Parable. The end is loading. The end is never. The end is never. The end is loading never. Ooh, what does that mean?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
His parable.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aaron, I missed the memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I did. Oh, look at this art. Look at that mountain air.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, boss. God. Could open that. Hey.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Is this a horror
Shocked,
game?
unraveled,
Aaron, is this a horror
Stanley
game?
wondered in disbelief
A horror game? No.
orchestrated this.
Oh.
What dark secret
I
was
thought you
being
had
hidden
it.
from him?
I have played it
What
right
he
now.
could not have known was that the
You don't
keypad
even know what kind of
behind
game
the
it is?
boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
But of course,
Remember that.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Ooh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Never mind, Aaron. I don't think you remember. Hold on.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, my face is dropping.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I can escape and run!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh yeah, sure.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh god, it's so dark in here. Oh god. Something's gonna pop up my face. Oh my gosh. Did I really just kill myself? What the heck, Aaron? Oh wait, no. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Can I get over there?
Farewell, Stanley.
Oh god. Can I jump? Oh god.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, happened. The Stanley. Did I win?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, what's that? What the heck? Aaron, did I win? Oh wait, there's no winning in this game.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I was already dead before I start. I went this way. Oh, I know this. And then... where's the door? What the heck? Maybe I didn't go this way. The two... oh, over here. Office computer? Play this on. Oh! Yeah. Oh, I beat it! Oh, nice. What's over here? Warzone? What is this? Okay, so now I guess I gotta beat it again in a different ways, Aaron. Let's go!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I did. Oh,
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
oh, do I want to do that?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Can I talk down
There's
here?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh God.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
the heck?
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so
I'm
much
walking
happier
like a
if we
conservative.
just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh my God. What the heck?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Hey, look at a pretty
I
guy.
actually feel happy.
Oh wow. That wallplay's gone. From here?
No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh, go back? Whoa! Oh my God, I see these colors. They look so cool.
Right. Where were we?
Oh no, I can't jump off. Oh, wait, can I jump off here? Oh no, I can't jump off anywhere. Alright, let's go. Oh my eyes.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I won't die, it's just stairs.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh crap. Is there really nowhere I can go? Now what? I came back down. Hey, back in here? Yeah? Yeah?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
I don't get this. Alright. I think I just have to kill myself.
No. What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Done.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you? Please, Stanley, think of... No!
Oh, God. Oh!
Oh,
I'm dead.
thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment.
Wow.
Now, can we please get back to the other room?
I guess so, since there's nothing here.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Oh. Not moving, okay.